And it is 6 o'clock. Jason and Alicia here with you on this Thursday morning, and man, it is cold outside.
Break out all the winter gear. Hats, mittens, scarves, balaclavas.
What is that?
That's the full face mask thing. I had to look it up last year, too.
Oh.
Yeah, the face masks.
Not a baklava.
That's a great Greek dessert.
What is that?
With honey
Delicious
and
and
phyllo
walnuts.
dough.
Yeah, it's good.
Delicious.
Okay. All right. You guys are amazing. 10 degrees outside as we start off the morning. It's actually been warming up here past couple of hours. You can thank the clouds rolling in. So cloud coverage coming in, that always warms you up. The wind chill's gone up 7 degrees. It was actually 10 below. And now we are still 10, 15 below, but you got to get west now. So we've been climbing because of this cloud cover. It's still cold, but look at Wilmer at 1, 4 Mankato, and that's because it's been clear. Still having the winds out here at around 10 to 15 miles per hour, and it's biting. 3 below. It's an odd morning when Duluth is your warm spot. You can see as you get west here, Alexandria, Wilmer, Marshall, we are all at around 15 below zero. So bundle up this morning. We will take a trip up the ladder. Let's warm things up into the weekend in your forecast.
Give you a look at the roads. 35W if you're headed into downtown Minneapolis right now at Johnson Street. Traffic buzzing along nicely, but again, the bridges and overpasses, just always still take it extra slow just because you never know where you might run into an icy patch. Other than that, drive times are average. We'll take a look, though, at this video from yesterday. My goodness, across the state, strong winds over 50 miles per hour caused more than 100 crashes on roads. State Patrol says one of those crashes was deadly and 12 of them had injuries. They're also reporting 4 spinouts, 3 jackknife semis, and 57 vehicles off the road.
For the next few hours, the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office is opening the lobby of its law enforcement center to those without a place to get warm. The Sheriff's Office also posted 2 numbers to call if you see someone who needs a ride or needs help during this cold stretch: 651-291-1111 or 911. And the number's right there on your screen. The office is also taking warm clothing donations from 8 this morning to 4 this afternoon at the Law Enforcement Center.
All right, 6:03 is the time as we get to our top story. Take a look at your screens. Right now, a massive manhunt is underway across New York City this morning for this man. His picture plastered all over Midtown this morning. Nearly 24 hours ago, he gunned down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Police are offering a $10,000 reward to help find the killer this morning.
Audrey Russo is here now with everything we know so far about their investigation. Audrey.
Yeah, Jason, Alicia, it's been about 24 hours and the mass killer is still on the loose. In that time, surveillance video of Brian Thompson's shooting has been replayed pretty much around the clock as police are on the search. Now, we want to warn you, the video is disturbing. Right now, we know the shooter ambushed Thompson outside the Hilton Hotel in New York City. He appears to have used a suppressor, firing 3 shots. Then he made his getaway on an e-bike and was last seen in Central Park, which is less than a half-mile away from the hotel. Now, other people around Thompson at the time were unhurt. Detectives are treating this like a planned attack.
Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
The shooter steps onto the sidewalk from behind the car. He ignores numerous other pedestrians, approaches the victim from behind, and shoots him in the back.
Right now, police are sifting through Thompson's social media to see if he had any known or identifiable enemies. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, we'll have more on Thompson's life and career and how he's being remembered this morning. Jason and Alicia.
Audrey, thank you. Now, the 2 big questions that remain are why would someone do this and who did it? Brian Thompson's wife, Paulette, told NBC News her husband had been receiving recent threats. It's unclear if any of those threats were related to what happened yesterday morning. It also appears Thompson was not walking with any security when he was killed, something the former leader of a threat management team at United Health Group says is not unusual.
Folks that I've worked with that I would call friends that are probably reeling and hoping that at least they didn't miss something, that they didn't miss something they had control over. We really hope to catch some of this behavior, this red flag behavior, much, much earlier, before anyone traveled to New York.
Former Secret Service agent Mike Olson says investigators will have an eye on those close to Thompson, including co-workers, company investors, and family. This, of course, a developing story, so be sure to stick with KARE 11 in the coming days as we learn more about what exactly happened.
This morning, we're learning more about a haunted hayride accident that killed 13-year-old Xander Mick in October. In a newly released report, the Stearns County Sheriff's Office says the case is now closed and no one will be charged. Xander was a volunteer on the ride and would jump onto the trailer and reach under seats to scare people on board. Other people working the hayride told police they had concerns about him not being aware of his surroundings, as well as his size and age.
Right now, a warrant is out for a prominent local racehorse owner accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a bartender. According to the criminal complaint, 78-year-old Barry Butzo hired the woman to work a party at his home in Eden Prairie. The complaint says when he asked her to come back to clean up, the two drank together and Butzo tried to kiss her. The woman told investigators that she tried to leave before falling unconscious and later waking up to him sexually assaulting her. Charges say a DNA sample they took from the woman likely came from Butzo. He is denying the charges.
New numbers in this morning show what the state budget could look like over the next few years. For now, Minnesota has a projected $616 million budget surplus for 2026 and 2027. That's about $1.1 billion less than expected. The forecast also shows a potential deficit of $5.1 billion looming in 2028 as well as 2029. There are a lot of reasons for that projected deficit, including a rise in costs for special education and long-term care programs.
This is a over-the-horizon budget issue of growing costs in an aging population and more people accessing services, especially around autism.
With a tied house right now, it gives us the perfect opportunity to come together, to work with our Democrat colleagues, to find solutions, to govern responsibly, to rein in the spending.
The next budget forecast will come out in February in the middle of the legislative session. That will give lawmakers an even better picture of the state's financial situation.
The race for Minneapolis mayor is getting a little bit more crowded. In the last 24 hours, City Council member Emily Koski announced that she's throwing her hat in the ring. Koski was elected to the council back in 2021. She now joins State Senator Omar Fateh and Reverend Dwayne Davis as challengers to Mayor Jacob Frey. Koski voted against Frey's proposal to build a new 3rd Precinct police station downtown and voted to override his veto of regulations for rideshare drivers.
His focus on creating conflict, turning every issue, every problem into us versus them, building division, not solutions, and his failure to lead us through our toughest challenges. We can and we must do better.
In a statement, a spokesman for Mayor Frey says Koski has changed her position on several major issues and says voters deserve a clear vision for the city.
Let's get back to one of the big stories of the morning, the below zero wind chill you're waking up to. Many people right now looking for a place to get warm this morning.
I'm Sammy Solina. Nonprofits serving those who are homeless say they have seen a spike in people coming to them since temperatures dropped. They tell me that happens every winter, and the cost to serve that growing demand also rises. A recent study published by the Wilder Institute shows homelessness in Minnesota has increased over the past decade. Both Catholic Charities, Twin Cities, and Avivo says that adds to the challenges they face.